to the Keyboard Road Warrior with me, Movie Scout 007, where we play Euro Truck Simulator 2 with a laptop and its keyboard. So, we are at the beginning of a new journey. If we quickly look at our company manager, you can see that we have 8 garages, and all 8 garages are full with 5 trucks. They're not all pulling their weight. Obviously, Prague, bless it, has only just joined the fold. It's the 8th garage that we added to our business, and so it's only pulling in about 5% of its potential. Liverpool, the first garage, is at 100%. Berlin, our second garage, is at 88%. Our third garage was Warsaw. Then I think we added Paris. Then we added Edinburgh, then Amsterdam, then Brussels, and finally Prague. So that's the order. So we're doing all right. We are. Let's go back to boom. Let's go back to Garage Manager. We are making an average daily profit of £140,000, which is awesome, because that is almost as much as it costs to buy a garage. So that's good. That's going to get better and better. Let's go to the bank to quickly look at the financial situation. We are 35 days into our 70-day repayment. So we're halfway through repaying. Okay, let's go and repair our truck and get some rest. We don't need that. And parking brakes on. So we're going to take a right and then a right at the roundabout, and that is how we're going to head. Alright, after this red car, we're good to go. I took that corner very much like I was dragging a load. It's probably not a bad idea to maintain that habit, to be quite frank. And we need to be on the left-hand side because we're going to go into that Scania dealership. Because connected to that Scania dealership is where we're going to repair our trucks out. It's only about 3 or 4%, so I'm anticipating 2 to 3 grand. Oh, skipped past it there. Okay, so let's see how much this bill's going to be. 2,681, so it's pretty much spot on. So, okay, let's go get some rest. And there we go. Let's see whether it takes us into night time or not. 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Right, you heard. Whoa, look at that money. And we've got nothing to spend it on. Right, so let's go to the job market and see if we can find a capital city to drive to. Because I'm itching to spend that money that's burning a hole in my pocket. So you can see, actually, we're really doing well with France. We've only got Le Havre and Calais, Metz and Dijon, and then we'll have done the available cities. Oh no, hang on, Lorient. Is there anything else we're missing? Sometimes you can't see them. They're tucked. No, that's it. So, we are in Rouen. Budapest. Budapest is a capital city. Oh no, yeah. We need to click on Rouen. München. We haven't been to München, and München is the home base for MAN. So we could stick a garage at the MAN dealership. It's not a very well paid job. It's only 31,000, but at the moment that's not our prime concern. It's a short, relatively short journey, 14 hours. That's fine. Right, let's take that, set that as our destination, and let's grab my traditional screenshot, as if you've watched enough of these you'll know I like to do. And there we go. Right, okay, so let's go pick up our load. Alright, and we get to start this journey in the daytime, which is excellent. Which is a little bit unusual. I don't know how we've managed it. Wow, look at the speed that this bad boy can get to. We're gonna do that huge depot for NBFC, which is just on the right here. There you can see the sign on the right, NBFC. It's the big depot with the great big steel pillars dotted around, I believe. And there we are, yeah, giant steel pillars. Oh, and you know what I haven't done? Like a tool, I shot through the entrance without actually accepting the load. So, oh no, this is a short wheelbase and it's fluids, so we're not going to be able to race like we did with the pea. I think it was peas we were delivering. So we're going to have to take it a little bit easier than we did with our last load. Right, it's hooked. This is going to be a little bit more unstable. I think they put the pivot point higher, which makes the physics yank the truck over. So we're turning left, which means we need both directions to be free. After that blue car we're going to be good, and after that orange one we're going to be good. Right, there we go, we're good. Left turn here. So today I want to talk about the new Star Wars movie. I'm very excited, but I'm also very, very concerned. I'm excited because it's a new Star Wars movie, and Star Wars, the very first Star Wars movie, A New Hope, was the first live-action film I saw at the cinema. It means a great deal to me. It's part of my film education. It's still a film that I will watch. Oh, come on. Okay, we'll do that then. It's still a film that I watch regularly. I've owned it on every single type of format that it's possible to get it on. Apart from Laserdisc, actually, I never owned it on Laserdisc. I didn't have a Laserdisc machine, and it seems a bit pointless, a bit redundant buying a machine, a disc in a format for a machine you don't own. So I didn't. But every format that I've had available to use, I've owned it in. So I watch it regularly. It still means a great deal to me. I know that things like the hairstyles and some of the special effects have aged a little, but I quite like that. That to me marks my film education where it is. I remember we went to the cinema in Oxford, big cinema in the centre of Oxford city centre. It was my brother, myself, my dad, and my maternal grandfather, who has since sadly passed away. Did you see those little messages at the bottom? Apparently the retarder is activated. It's not activated. It's activated. It's not activated. Use this key, and then there's no key. I think actually it might have been a key. It might be the full stop. Nope. No, it wasn't a full stop. Nope. No. Okay. I don't know what key the retarder's assigned to. The engine retarder, for those that don't know, it's you using your engine to brake rather than brakes. It's called engine braking. You limit the gear and that the vehicle can use, and you limit the revs that it's allowed to achieve. And that's how you retard the engine. In fact, engine retarding is used by lorries on incredibly steep hills to stop them from running away. Because the brake, what will happen is if they use their brakes, the brakes will heat up and then heat up and heat up, and then they'll overheat, and then they will stop working completely. So this is why you can't use brakes on a lorry on a very long steep hill. This is why you need the engine retarder. I haven't got it activated because it's just another button that I have to use. That I don't. So I will probably assign it a button on the steering wheel when I'm back to my when I'm back with my G27. And I'll finally get a chance to play this game with my G27. That sounds like the engine retarder's on. I need to look at my controls. Alright, it's semicolon and right, okay, I think I might have pressed that. So decrease is that, okay. Yep. If I manage to get myself up to 89 to 90k, then I'll know that it's fully disengaged. Although I am now on a hill. So it's difficult to know. If we get onto a flat section and I manage to get up to 90, yeah, we're up to 80 or 83. Yeah, engine retarder is off. So in game, but as standard, it's the semicolon to increase the retarder and the apostrophe to decrease. That's fine. So look at the money that we've got in the bank, £368,000. Are you kidding me? So we're now rolling in cash. We're halfway through our loan period, so another 35 repayments. So given the length of my journeys, that's going to be another 18 videos, and then I'll be shot of this loan. If we have more videos like the journey from Banska Bystrica to Rouen, and it'll be even fewer videos. Right. Of course, because we're in France, we're meeting some toll booths. What would France be without its toll booths? A nicer country, maybe? It's quite bizarre, the Mini that they've got in this game. When you get in the Volvo, when you just can't see it, it's just in front of you. 12 of Her Majesty's finest pounds sterling. There we go. So yes, Star Wars. So it's part of my childhood. It's part of my passion for film. I love film. It's one of my favourite things. It's what I wanted to do. It's very difficult to get in, and I don't know whether I have the stamina, the thick skin, or the creativity for it. But it's certainly, at the age of 44, it's almost certainly likely that I won't be a filmmaker. I just think it's too late. I've left it too late to be a part of this industry. And I'm too damn lazy, if I'm frank, if I'm honest. I'm too bloody lazy. If I'd really wanted it, really desperately wanted it, I would have made it happen. Or at least I would have tried significantly harder than I appear to have tried. But, alright, we've got a junction coming up, so we better prepare to slow down for it. So I didn't actually double check how much of the map we've uncovered now. But it's a lot. We've got a lot of that map. Wow. That's quite dangerous. You can't see through that yellow hash mark arrow thing to look at the oncoming traffic, which is quite dangerous. Wee. Well, that was lucky. It was lucky there was nothing coming. I managed to get past that stream of traffic. I seem to be doing all right. I haven't made any fast turns yet, so I haven't discovered whether this is more unstable than significantly more unstable than my last load. But we'll see. Wow, £375,000. Remember those days when I was desperately trying to get to 80? Alright. They were all stopped for traffic lights, but they're green for me, so that's cool. So, the reason I want to talk about it is they've started talking about the casting for episode 7, which is going to be released in 2015, which, if you are watching this with me in 2014, is next year. It'll be interesting to listen to this after the films come out. So far the only confirmed people in it are Anthony Daniels, who is... Oh, shite. The only confirmed people in it are Anthony Daniels as C-3PO and Billy D. Williams as Lando Calrissian. Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher are all rumoured to be in it, but they haven't confirmed. There's also a young actor who is currently in a TV... Oh crap, I need to get going that way. TV series called Girls. Oh, damn it. I bet you that's the same bloody car. Oh, shit. That's the same bloody car I hit in the first place. Right, let's just get this load over with as quickly as possible, because our reputation has taken a huge dent. And our bank balance has taken a bit of a dent as well. We went from 375 to 374k as a result of that little fuck up. Excuse my French. Excuse my language. I really don't my French. French is a beautiful language that doesn't have the word fuck in it. Although it has French equivalents, obviously. Right, so, yeah, we got a right turn coming up here. Let's see how fast we can do this without tipping. Yeah, it seemed relatively stable. Yeah, so, I've no idea what this story's about. I've no idea what they plan to do with it, other than the stated plans when George Lucas was still going to be in charge of it, and that was the turning the stabilizing the galactic governments now that the rebellion, the Rebel Alliance, is now becoming the de facto government, and it's also heavily going to feature the children of Luke, Leia, and Han. I don't know who Luke has children with, but I would imagine that Leia and Han are have kids or a child. And it's going to be a kind of a handing of the baton, as it were. That's how they've described it, handing of the baton to the new generation. This, given that Disney are now in charge, this could mean that now it becomes like instead of the first three movies where they were every sort of 2 or 3 years, what were we talking here, 77, 80 and 84, so they were every 3 to 4 years. They're now going to be every year, and my fear is that the quality of them is going to dramatically drop as they're desperately churning these things out. Okay, seems okay. I'm stabbing that brake because I don't want to crash, but it seems stable enough. So that's my concern, is that the quality is going to suffer in direct proportion to the need for them to churn them out to pay back the money that they paid George Lucas to buy Lucasfilm. To be honest, George Lucas never needed to work again after the first 3 movies. With the kiddie toy revenue he's getting, he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to work again, thanks to Jar Jar Bloody Binks. And yes, now that he's been given £4 billion, he certainly doesn't need to work again. So now all the revenue from the Star Wars movies goes to Disney. Every time you buy a Blu-ray of Star Wars, or The Empire Strikes Back, or The Return of the Jedi, or The Phantom Menace, or The Attack of the Clones, or The Revenge of the Sith, Disney now make that money, not George Lucas. Every time you buy a puppet, a Star Wars related puppet or toy or figure or bit of Lego or anything relating to Star Wars, Disney gets that money. They're going to want to get that $4 billion back as quickly as possible, and this is going to be their hope, is that the films, they don't give a shit whether the films make any money. What they want is the films to be able to allow them to sell toys. So they're going to run this franchise, this behemoth, as a blank check. So you're going to see the most god-awful, stupid ideas being thrown at this. Now, there have been people said, yeah, well, they bought Marvel, and they bought the rights to the Marvel characters on film, and they've done all right with those so far. But they've done all right with those so far because they got lucky, because the guy rebooting it all was Joss Whedon, who had a passion for this stuff. Now, you could say the same thing about J.J. Abrams, but J.J. Abrams, he can be a little bit of hit and miss. I don't know whether his vision whether he has a vision for Star Wars, or whether he expunged all his vision on the first Star Trek movie, because he didn't use much vision on the second one. He borrowed massively from £17, that's come from the first 6 movies made with Shatner and Nimoy. He borrowed heavily from those. He borrowed Khan. He borrowed, essentially lifted most of the plot from The Wrath of Khan. So, it's difficult to know whether he's got any ideas or not, because he made a brilliant start with the first Star Trek movie with Zachary Quinto and Christopher Pine, and then he kind of just fizzled completely out with the second one. So I'm a bit concerned. I'm holding my my hype in check. I'm holding my expectations, in check for these films, bearing that information in mind. We'll see. I mean, it might be fine. It might do a really good job, and all my fears might be unfounded. But hey. Wow, nearly £400,000, which is just as ridiculous, the money that we're pulling in, because we've got those 8 fully staffed garages. And these guys are developing and levelling up, and as a result they're making more money with every journey. Whoa. Yeah, we've got a speeding fine, that's fine. So we'll see, but I guarantee you that whoever gets the license to make the toys will make a buttload of cash in the first 6 months until people have decided whether the film's any good or not. I don't think actually that matters much, because Jar Jar Binks sold a crap load of toys, and it's a character that pretty much everyone who saw the first 3 movies, the A New Hope, Empire, and Return, anybody for whom those are part of their cultural landscape, they hated the Phantom Menace, they hated Jar Jar Binks with a passion immeasurable in human experience, and there was a massive backlash. Second movie was better, but only just, and the third movie was him trying to get back to what those films were about. It still wasn't good. You still had an actor who I don't particularly rate. I haven't seen him in anything where I've thought, this is worthy. Oh my God, really? We're losing money. Oh, mind you, we might have earned a load of money and paid a loan payment. That might be why we've dipped. Alrighty. So we're on the cusp of 400k. So yes, it's difficult to know how this is going to play out anyway, given that Harrison Ford has been quite grumpy about the Star Wars movies since Return of the Jedi. Mark Hamill's been quite cool about it, actually. I think Mark Hamill understands that he is where he is in life as a direct result of those films, and he's quite cool about it. And Carrie Fisher, bless her, has suffered emotionally. I don't know whether it's bipolar disorder that she's got, but she does have issues with her mental health. Now, this is not a thing to ridicule. This is not a thing that Carrie should be ashamed of. This is a problem for her. This is a medical issue for her, and it's no more or less embarrassing than a heart attack or kidney failure. It's a malfunction of the brain, in just the same way that heart failure is a malfunction of the heart. I get really pissed off with people that view mental illness as something to be ashamed of. It's not. Mental illness just isn't a demonstration of weakness. It's a demonstration, as I don't know who said this originally. It's not a demonstration of weakness. It's a demonstration. It's proof that you've been trying to stay strong for too long. That's what it is. And bipolar is a chemical issue, I would imagine, or an issue with some part of brain function that makes people that fills people with sadness for which there's no rational need. But you can't ridicule people for that. It's something they choose to be. It's something that's forced on them by either a chemical imbalance or a neuron issue or a receptor issue or something in the brain. I don't understand the medicine. I just know that I'm angry when people start to talk about it as if it's, people have peed themselves because they didn't go to the bathroom when they had the chance. It's not that kind of thing. It's not a stupidity. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's something that people with a mental illness just have to deal with. And we should be there for those people. We should ask them how they are and then let them talk about it. £24. We're still in France, obviously. That much is for sure. We are still in France. Whoa, look at that. 411. I don't know what we're going to do with all this cash. I really don't. Actually, let's think about it. So, 144,000 buys us a garage. 80,000 on top of that buys us an upgrade for that garage. So that brings us up from 144 to £224,000. The variable that I don't know yet is the man truck, the cost of a man truck. But if we figure it to be about £80,000, 224 plus 80 is 304. 384. 464. That brings us to a full 3 berth plus the upgrade, and then another 160, 564, 736. So we are quite away from being able to afford to completely do this. We say about 700 to 750,000 pounds. That to bearing in mind that we don't know how much a man truck is going to cost us yet, but we want to get this fully stocked as quickly as possible, because obviously the more trucks we've got, the more jobs we can do, the more money we bring in, the faster we can create this empire. Which is our aim at the moment. Our aim is capital cities and the cities that have a truck dealership in the vanilla and going east part of the game. Well, the vanilla game, because there's no truck manufacturers in the going east part of the game. So that would be Paris for Renault. That would be Stuttgart for Mercedes. That would be Munich or München for MAN, and that would be Torino or Turin for Iveco. Now I'm still humming and hawing as to whether to put the garages in the cities for Volvo and Scania, given that they are part of ProMods rather than the big map. I'm also weighing whether to include the capital cities of Sweden, Norway, Oslo and Denmark. But I will, as soon as I've managed to put a garage in all the capitals and all the truck cities in the vanilla game, then I'll start to think about making that decision. A couple of things. The makers of the game itself, SCS, have announced that finally Scania Truck Driver is available on Steam. I've been waiting for it to be available on Steam because I didn't want to have to buy a Scania Trucking Driver. It's essentially a training tool to learn how to maneuver a truck. I could have done with that at the beginning of the game before I started this, but anything I can learn from it is fine by me. But that I will almost certainly pick up, given that it's part of the game. The other thing is they had a bus sim which they made quite a while ago, and that's now available on iOS and Android. So I'm going to be looking at that to see whether that's worth it or not. But I want to support SCS in their endeavours because I like this game. I will, even though I won't play it as much as I play Euro Truck Simulator, I will buy and play American Truck Simulator. And if they include a sort of a spreadsheet version of a multiplayer, I would very much like to join the company of JCDDM Dad, the Twitch streamer, who you can find on YouTube as Truckin' Trucker. That's Truckin' with an apostrophe and no G, and Trucker. And you'll know you've got him because the banner, the head of his YouTube channel, is a photograph from behind the wheel of his old Freightliner over the sort of metallic pale blue truck, where you can see cars in front and you can see the bonnet-mounted mirror, circular bonnet-mounted mirrors. So either I persuade him to join my in-game trucking company, or he persuades me to join his in-game trucking company. So I mean, I would play more of ATS if they included that. I know that SCS have said that's not possible with Euro Truck Simulator. I think that's slightly misleading. I think they just don't want to do it, and so they're saying it's not possible. There is a mod being developed for multiplayer. I don't know how useful that will be, but there you go. But it's all exciting stuff in the world of trucking. I don't watch as much of the Twitch streams of the Squirrels Nuts anymore. I'm not in the UK, so it's not on a good time for me. I'm New Zealand, so it's on at like 6 a.m. and I don't get up on a Monday at 6 a.m. That's just not me. Not at the moment, anyway. But he has been playing a game called Car Mechanic Simulator, which sounds bizarre and odd. It sounds like it wouldn't be fun, but actually... Oh, no. Come on. That's it. Whew, I didn't think I would stop in time. I have jumped the queue and I've really pissed off the guy in the red car behind me. £24. Ooh. Of course, we're still in France, which means that let's just have a quick look at where we are on the map. We are close to Strasbourg, which is the border of France, so we're about to stop seeing quite as many. We're about to not see as many of the toll booths as we were. I think that we will probably take a rest the other side of Strasbourg, and I think I'll probably split the footage there, but we're actually quite close, which is good news. Right, you're going to pick up your pace, aren't you? Good. I do like those fluid lorries that have got that sort of slanty thing on the ladder up. It looks, aesthetically, it's quite interesting to look at. Yeah. It is quite interesting to observe. So, I am. So yes, I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm in the same breath. I'm worried and I'm excited about the Star Wars movie, Episode 7. They haven't given it a name yet. Probably haven't. They almost certainly haven't decided what to call it yet, and that'll be the sort of thing that they will decide. Maybe during shooting, or just before they start shooting, or maybe they will decide it while they're putting together, or maybe they'll decide like the night before. But those are the sort of things that's pointless speculating about until we know. So far, the only thing we do know is the casting that has confirmed, which I've already talked about, and the one other, the actor that it features in Girls, is a guy called Adam Driver. Now, he is only rumoured at the moment. He's not confirmed, but he's the only non-Star Wars alumni that's being mentioned at the moment, and he's being mentioned... Oh, shit. That was close. He's being mentioned as the bad guy. So this is relatively stable, this load. Because I think if that had been that ore load, you remember the ore load in the white container, I'd have been on my side by now. I wouldn't be travelling under this bridge now. I would be calling to get help. So what we're going to do is we're going to... There's a rest stop coming up just the other side of Strasbourg. We're going to park our asses in that. We're going to put some fuel on board. We've only got 5-6 hours of in-game journey time left, so we'll have more than enough time to wander around. Actually, given that we've got 21 hours to deliver, it's going to take 6 hours. We've got plenty of time to wander around Munich. Well, I think we've been... No, we haven't been to Munich. We've got plenty of time to wander around Munich and see what's what. And pick up another recruitment agency and another dealership. So that's all good. So we'll see what's what. The one thing, yes. So that, yes, Adam Driver is rumoured. He's not confirmed. We don't really know. Whoa. Let's slow down. We don't want to ram into the back of that. More income. Whoa, that's good. We like more of the greenbacks, more of the readies, more of the Gelt, more of the Spondulics. It's all good. I'm a bit nervous about overtaking. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I don't know what that vehicle is. Ah, here we go. Here's the rest stop anyway. So what we will do is we will rest first. There we go. So engine off. We'll get some rest. Oh, daylight. I love it. Oh, look at that. We're nearly at £500,000. It would seem, if you listen to these commentaries, that all I care about is the money. It does seem rather mercenary. Right, engine off. Let's get some... And we spent £369 on 315.75 litres of fuel. Right, so at this point I'm going to pause the video and download the footage, and I'll be back in a second, just like this.